Hello guys, we are here to make a fantastic card with the Gears and Textures bundle. I haven't made it yet. I've only got it in my mind. So today is Facebook Live. We did make these cards at Stamp Technique Club with the Gears and Textures. We learned past weekend, we learned how to make rusty cardstock. Very cool. You should check out my blog, papermadeprettier.com, and find all the information about my Stamp Technique Club. But I noticed while I was making those cards that the dies from the Gears and Textures really had a lot more layering that I hadn't really noticed. So I wanted to make a card to kind of focus on the layering aspects of this bundle. Now, I'll tell you, this is a fantastic bundle. I don't know whether to call it Gears and Textures or Textures and Gears because the textures are fabulous, okay? And you can see here, we can really work it over and use all those extra stamps to make all these fun textures behind our images. But today we're going to use both the textures and the gears, and we're going to make some rusted gears with copper heat embossing, but a little bit differently than how we did at Stamp Club. So and we're also going to be using banner sayings. It's a great sentiment set. So if you'll notice, Gears and Textures doesn't have any sentiments. So you pick your sentiments that go. And this is one of my favorites. It's quick, it's easy, and you're not going to go wrong with it. All right. So we're going to start with a card base that is 5.5 by 4 1/4, 5.5 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to come in with some of this basic gray. It's our Neutrals designer paper stack. So if you are aware, we have so many colors in Stampin' Up, and we always have all of the colors in a paper stack. This stack is 6 by 6. It is still available. And you probably already have it. If not, it's a great pack of paper. So we are going to just stick that straight down to our, this card base could have been any color, but I chose basic gray because that's what was on my table. So we'll need to put some basic white inside. You can do that. But the next layer we're going to use is just a piece of basic gray. Now we are going to stamp that with basic gray ink. We're going monochromatic here. We're really going to just go monochromatic and let the cool heat embossing that we're going to do really stand out. So we're just getting some texture on here with one of our texture stamps from the Gears and Textures set. You're just getting some hatchy marks on there. You can choose any of those texture stamps. I also love this lined texture stamp, but I will tell you, you have to have it on a Stampin' Pierce mat to use this one. So if you're going to make any textures on here, you've got to get your Stampin' Pierce mat on there. So just a fun little way to add some punch to your cardstock. Cannot go wrong there. All right, now we're going to stick that down to our card base. Like so. I'm going to shift it to the right just for visual interest. I'm not going to stick it straight in the middle. Okay, so now we have our fun card base. Oh, I didn't mention my name is Kay Cogbill. My business is called Paper Made Prettier. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, all the places, and you can order from me right here. Order these great deals. Now, I want to tell you that Gears and Textures is in the next catalog. So it's a great investment right now because it is currently available, but also it is featured, or I've seen the next catalog and it is in there. So sometimes we like to, I want my purchase to last. Don't worry. It is in the new catalog, so it's a great investment. All right, now I've already done some cutting of the gears because I wanted to also do some heat embossing, so I didn't want you to have to watch me do both. So we've cut out 1 large and 2 of these, what I'll call medium gears that are basic gray. Then I've got 2 silver gears. Then I've got this little silver ring, okay? And I've got this little silver enhancement. These are all dies from the Gears and Textures dies, okay? So you can't go wrong with this. Super cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rust up these gears. And we're going to do it with this stamp in the set on the textures. And we're going to stamp onto our gear with Versamark. Now, we had a little fun with our heat embossing at Stamp Club, and we really worked over our pad and got a lot of silver embossing powder on it. So my hope is that the silver embossing powder doesn't end up on our projects. But so we have put a little Versamark dots on our gears, and let me get my little embossing tray if it's where it's supposed to be. It's not. Okay. We have this nifty embossing editions toolkit that has a fun tray, which I had out for my class, but it's gotten buried. All right, so we're going to use our metallics embossing powder, and we're going to use copper. So we're just going to pop this on here. The good news is you're not going to have any problems with like it being too messy or not clear because it's rust. Okay, so I don't know if you can see where that powder landed, but it is definitely on there. And then you're going to take your so our metallics embossing powders come with silver, gold, and copper. So we're using the copper here. Now I'm going to move these 2 out of the way and just start with the big guy. Oh, that's awesome. So we've got just some copper texture popping up here that we stamped on with our Gears and Textures. And then let's see if we can do these 2 at the same time. See if I can be super fancy. So the way embossing works is the heat from your heat tool, which is what I have here, heats up that powder that then sticks to the Versamark ink, which is that clear ink that I showed you. Okay, it's clear, but mine's covered in silver sparkles. All right, so now we're going to build our card, and I'm going to start with this gear, this large gear, just smack in the middle. I'm going to stick it straight down with some Stampin'. Oh, that's terrible. With some Stampin' Seal. I'm going to put it about right there. And then I'm going to pop a small one up, or a medium. I'm calling this the medium one up with the dimensional. I'm going to put it right here. I like to overlap them, definitely. They're gears, right? So they're not independent of each other. They're working together. And then we're going to pop this one down here. And then we're going to pop one of these silver ones on here. Now I'm going to use liquid glue here for this one. And then I'm also going to put a silver gear in the middle here. So now you can see how these are stacking up. And the last thing, I thought that was going to go here, but I will put it here instead. So we've got this little silver rim that goes around our gear. So this middle one, we're really stacking up and layering, which is fabulous. One of the features of this set. So voila, we have something fantastic. Now what we're going to do, we've got a little detail here and a little, I've just cut a piece of basic white. Let me see. So you could use the 3-banner punch, but I just cut a piece of basic white here. I'm not sure that our 3-banner punch is available. And we are going to stamp, you did it. I love this for, oh no. Huh, I did it all right. I love this for graduation. It's that season, and we have lots of people that graduate. They don't have to be engineers to receive this card, but what a neat card for an engineering major. So we're gonna pop this just on here to make it look cool. I'm gonna use some liquid glue here. And then this whole situation is gonna get popped up with dimensionals. Actually, that looks kind of weird. Let's cut that off. All right. So we're going to pop this right here. We've got some extra dimension with that extra little die cut. And a cute card with the gears and textures set. We made rusty gears by stamping onto those gears with that texture set. Stamp, and then sprinkling some copper on there. Let me tell you a few other features of this set. We've got, these are not zipper pulls. If you look on the dies, you might think that it's a zipper pull, but it is not. It's an upside down light bulb, okay? And you've even got a little stamp to make the filaments. Loving that. So you've got your light bulbs, some more gears. And then, like I said, you can pull in all of the textures and lots of colors and make a really fun card. And then the way that we made this card is we took smoky slate paper, rubbed over pumpkin pie, then sprinkled on silver and copper embossing powder, and then we cut out the gears. So very versatile set. You can pair it with any set of sentiments, and it's in the next catalog. So go ahead, pop that in your cart, and we will see you live next week. Bye.